Here are some highlights from our trip to Yellowstone in 2023, 1 year after the devastating floods. All of the roads appear to be open. There is some construction going on, so be sure you check the Park Service website to see when those closures take place. They're all temporary. Here are some bison at the mud volcano. They decided to just come on up and join us, and we got out of their way. Here's a bull moose. This is in the Lamar Valley, headed up towards Cook City. This is again in the Lamar Valley, headed up toward Cook City. Sow grizzly with 2 cubs. There's a river otter lounging on a tree, fallen tree in Trout Lake. Up in the Beartooths, that would be east of the park through Cook City, we're looking down on some mountain goats. They are resting and relaxing, just enjoying their time up there. It was very cold. It was about 38 degrees with a wind chill of probably 15, but we were above 10,000 feet elevation. Here's a view of Canary Springs. This is the Norris Geyser Basin. Here is Grand Prismatic Hot Springs. This is a short hike up the Fairy Falls Trail to the overlook. While we were at Old Faithful, Beehive Geyser erupted. And here's Old Faithful. Large crowds gather here, and there didn't seem to be a shortage of people. The gift shops were packed, and the geyser goes off every 90 minutes or so. There's a website that tells you the next eruption time after the previous eruption. So it's nice to go, figure out when the eruption's going to be, do some shopping, eat some food. They have some good restaurants there, and then catch the eruption. This is Yellowstone Lake. There are several pull-offs along Yellowstone Lake with amazing views of the snow-covered mountains. The water is ice cold, but you can still stick your feet in there. I recommend having some lunch here if you're not going to eat at Old Faithful. This is the view at the pullout where the bathrooms are at Dunraven Pass. Here's a female yellow-headed blackbird, which was right next to a badger that just came out of its den. And here is the lower falls of the Yellowstone River at the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. This is an immense canyon along the Yellowstone River with a big parking area and observation areas. Here's Mud Volcano just up the road a ways. Smells like rotten eggs and sulfur. About 100 feet from Mud Volcano is Dragon's Mouth Hot Springs. This is where we saw the bison. If you check under the eaves of buildings and bathrooms, you might see some cliff swallows that have built their nest out of mud. This clip was hard to get. I had to shoot this with my cell phone through a spotting scope. There were 3 wolves that were meandering through the Lamar Valley. They were just checking out this bison herd to see if there were any potential opportunities for them. The bison didn't care for it. You can see this group of bison grouped together and just walk straight toward the wolf there. This wolf appeared to be limping on its back leg. The bison, if they stick together, they will chase off a lone wolf. They're pretty big, and the wolves do not want a chance an injury. Here are some pronghorn that were crossing the road near Slough Creek. This is Soda Butte Creek, east of the Lamar River, headed toward Cook City. Beautiful views. This is Trout Lake, where we saw the river otter, and you can also see cutthroat trout spawning at certain times of the year. It's about a 1/4 mile strenuous hike. Here's a view from a pull-off up in the Beartooth Mountains. Here's Beartooth Butte. It's a gorgeous view. This cinnamon-colored black bear decided to cross the road right in front of us. This was headed up towards Cook City, the other side of Lamar Valley. This mountain fox was just a few miles away from where we saw the grizzly bear. So the park's running pretty normal. There's a little bit of construction, so check that out. But otherwise, enjoy.